In my previous video, I let you know that I found out more about my job, finally. On Wednesday, which was the 17th, I did an orientation to learn about my tutoring job, and I finally found out just the day before that I would be a teaching assistant to a professor teaching appreciating literature, which in some schools is called Intro to Literature. And I'd be working with a class of 116 students. So that same day, Wednesday, I signed my work contract and began the process of filling out the tax papers and direct deposit forms and things like that that you need before you start your job. So I wanted to quickly explain some of that to you so that you know what that's like. So first of all, if you're an ECU student and you've never got tutoring, here's the information for the Writing Center. Here it all is. These are little bookmarks. Sorry if it's reversed, I'm not sure if it'll be reversed or not. But anyway, these are little bookmarks that are available in the Writing Center, and I hope you'll come get tutoring and see me there. In the Writing Center, in the work contract process, when you get your job assignment, you'll get a contract. This is a very important piece of paper. It's going to explain to you how much you'll make. It's going to explain what your duties are. It may have your schedule on it. It's a very important piece of paper. It's something you're going to want to keep. Once you sign it and turn it in the first time, you will get a copy. You definitely want to keep that so that you know your hours and you know your pay and you know your duties. It will also often have certain codes that you may need to know, like a job code or a budget code or numbers like this that you may need to use if you write your own timesheet. And sometimes those numbers change every month, every pay period, every semester, every time a new contract comes out, and new contracts come out for different reasons. Sometimes it's new rules. If you get new job duties, or if your schedule changes, or if your job gets a new boss, all these different things will have a reason to create a new contract. Because the contract is what you sign to say that you agree to do your job. You agree to follow the rules of your school, the rules of your department, whatever it may be. So definitely keep that piece of paper once you get it, because not only will it help you with your timesheets if you have to fill out your own timesheets, it will also help you writing your resume. When your contract has your job description and your duties listed right on it, you need to put those words in your resume. When you're writing your resume and you're describing this job, use the phrases that your school uses or that your job uses. It doesn't get any easier than that. So that's a really useful piece of paper. Once you sign that, you're likely going to have to fill out a couple of other forms. There are tax forms, various different ones. I'm not really sure about the specifics of them. And there are usually direct deposit forms. If you don't want to have to go in and get a paper check every time, you have to set up direct deposit with your bank's routing number. Now, in this day and age, a lot of people, especially young people, don't have checks. Traditionally, to get direct deposit set up, you bring in a voided check, a blank check that you've marked as void, as unusable. The financial services department of your school or the payroll department will use the numbers on that check, those weird numbers on the bottom, to set up your direct deposit. But this day and age, most of us don't have those. So you have to go to your bank or go to your online banking, typically, and get them to get your routing information. And if you don't know how to do that, either your bank or, like I said, payroll or financial services should know what you need to do, and they should be able to help you. It's no big deal. It's not a difficult, long process. It's just a few numbers, one sheet of paper. So you need that, and you'll fill out paperwork, and they'll set up your direct deposit. At my school, at ECU, direct deposit is mandatory. They've done away with paper check. They've also done away with paper financial aid refunds. So every student who gets financial aid has to sign up for direct deposit online on what we call Pirate Port, our self-service portal. So everyone's got to do it because I guess they're cutting back on paper. So a lot of schools may be doing that. So if you want to cut down on paper, or if your school makes it mandatory, ask for direct deposit. Maybe some don't. You know, I don't know. There could be some that insist on doing paper, for all I know. Today, it's about 12:30, and today, at about 2 o'clock, I go to meet the professor I'll be working for. We'll talk to her. I don't really know what it's going to entail. Kind of hoping that I'll get a desk space or an office space, but at the same time, I'm worried that they're going to stick a table in her office and, like, make her really cramped to give me some space. And I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to intrude on her space, but at the same time, a class of 116 students is a lot. So to have a designated space for me to work at, I think would be nice. And I would feel very special to have that. You know, I'd feel very official and grown up, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'll probably find that out today. I'll find out exactly what responsibility she wants me to take. I'll find out if I'll be grading all by myself or if we'll split up the responsibility of grading. We'll go over her syllabus, do all that stuff. So I will follow up with you guys after that and let you know when I find out. Alright, if you have any questions about the assistantship process or signing the contracts or anything like that, please feel free to ask. If you have any specific videos you want me to make about graduate school, I'd be happy to do that. It will take time because I'm just starting. The 22nd, which is Monday, will be my first day of class and my first day of work. So I haven't had a lot of experiences yet, so it will take time if you want those videos, but I would be so happy to make them. Alright, bye. Okay, I'm back. So I met with my professor that I'll be working for today and got to meet her for the first time. She seemed really sweet, really laid back, really fun. And she's shorter than me, which is fun. I'm 4'11", so she was probably 4'9". She was about to hear on me. That doesn't happen very often. Yeah, anyway, she got me the syllabus. We were talking about utopias and dystopias. So that idea is how she's going to frame this literature class. It's an intro to literature class. For some people, they've never studied literature at all. Some people, they've probably never even read a novel in their life. Some of these young students. There's going to be a lot of freshmen. There's going to be a lot of popular literature and young adult novels in this class, and it's all utopias and dystopias, which are very popular, you know, in movies and stuff like that lately. So I think that'll be a good framework for the class to keep it interesting for these students who are new to analyzing literature. And some of them even could be seniors who have never studied literature, but they need that one more class to graduate, you know, kind of thing. And it was just, it's it's something that's available to them. I'm looking forward to that. A couple of the texts we're going to read are Mary Lou's Legend, although it's covered up. This is a recent book, and it's a New York Times bestseller, and it's a part of a series, and I think it's supposed to be dystopian, something in the vein of Hunger Games, Divergent, all these recent dystopian lits that have been coming out lately. So I'm looking forward to that, because I never read Hunger Games or Divergent or anything like that, so this will be one of my first dystopian lits that's like a popular novel. And then we've also got The Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I've read her before. She does a lot of sci-fi, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Some of the other things we're reading is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And that was a huge popular sci-fi dystopian, I think it's dystopian, novel from the 60s, I want to say. We're also going to be reading some of Sir Thomas More's Utopia, some of William Blake's songs of Innocence and Experience, which I'm excited about because I studied Romanticism in my senior seminar, and that was one of the things we covered extensively, so I'll be able to chime in on that day, and or those days. We're reading a little bit of Isaac Asimov's I, Robot, more early sci-fi, dystopian lit type stuff from the 20s, I want to say. We're going to do part of World War Z, which I think is zombies, and probably going to watch the movie for that, or part of the movie. Neither she nor I are fans of zombies, so we might just watch a short clip of that. And since this is a very new experience for both of us, it's a literature class. It's Intro to Literature, what ECU calls Appreciating Literature. And those classes are usually very small, at a round table type of class, because it's all about discussing literature. It's not really any right or wrong answer. A big lecture hall, a big auditorium style classroom is not really conducive to that so much, so we're going to really be sort of testing the waters over the next few weeks, trying to figure out different ways to do discussion in a classroom that's built more for lectures, So one thing, instead of making her students do essays, 116 students, 5-paragraph essay, that's 500 pages. We each have to read every essay. 3 essays, that's a lot. So she's going to do quizzes and exams on Blackboard. And, if you don't do Blackboard at your school, you might do Moodle. So they're basically the same thing. I still don't know if I get a desk. She's certain that I get a desk. I don't know why that's what I'm hung up on, wanting a desk. But I feel like with how many students and stuff, it would be really useful to have my own workspace. But anyway, I got to talk to her, got to meet her, got to learn how she kind of works. And I'm really excited about it. So when I know more, again, I'll let you know.